Holy crap. What's going on, guys? Stevie here with Lucky Crit. We have a huge new update from Niantic on their website. They just posted it a couple minutes ago. I just finished putting up the other video about the Thanksgiving event. Check that out up here if you haven't seen that already. We've got actual CP improvements for certain Pokemon. We've been waiting for this for a long time, especially with Pokemon like Alakazam and Gengar. So let's get right into it and I'll read to you what they have changed. Trainers, we have made adjustments to the CP of various Pokemon. Some Pokemon, such as Alakazam, Rhydon, and Gengar, will have their CP increased. Others will have their CP lowered. These changes will allow a more balanced and competitive battling and training experience in gyms. We will continue to adjust the CP going forward to improve the game balance when necessary. This is kind of amazing, kind of exciting, and a little weird too. I just took a look in the game. It is already live, and I'm going to show you guys the difference. I actually took a screenshot of the top of my list yesterday, so I will show you that and compare what my team looked like yesterday to what it looks like today. I just looked in there. It's actually pretty... it's funny, actually. My number one Pokemon right now was not my number one Pokemon before, and it wasn't even close to my number one before, so let's jump into this, and we'll see exactly what we have going on here. Alright, so we're in the game. Let's take a look at my list. So, if you notice, Rhydon is now my number one Pokemon in here with a CP of 2659. Yesterday, the CP for this Rhydon was about 1800, I want to say, like 1806 or something like that. My Dragonite was definitely my top Pokemon with CP of 2323. So my Dragonite went up a little bit, which is interesting. It doesn't have the best IV, so it could definitely be higher for sure. We've got a tweak to Exeggutor, I believe, who went up a little bit. My Vaporeon looks like that went up a lot, 200 CP or something. My Snorlax, I haven't touched at all. It was about 2072 or something like that the other day. That went up 200. My Golem has jumped up immensely. This Golem before, I was slowly but surely raising it. It was about 1761 CP or something like that, I want to say. So I was really excited to keep raising that. Pinsir with the huge boost here. That was like 400 or something. Then I've got some boosts to Flareon, of course. I've got a Cloyster boost from this Cloyster that I have here. This is my better one. Without, it doesn't have Blizzard though, unfortunately. So a boost to Cloyster. Cloyster was maxed before at like 1600 something. I couldn't raise it anymore until I leveled up. Then we have my second Dragonite down here. That looks relatively untouched because Dragonite only got like a minor little boost, it looks like. Then check out this Gengar here with 1843 CP. That was definitely somewhere down in, I want to say, like the 1200s or something like that. That got a huge boost. My Arcanine, I just made it in a previous episode that's not actually up on YouTube yet. That'll be up later, talking about the latest update. You'll see in that video, it has 1800 plus CP. It instantly jumps to probably about the second row in my list. So that's been lowered a little bit. That's now 1751. We now also have Kingler with the boost. Look at that. Kingler was never up here in my list, for sure. We've got Alakazam here with 1600 CP. My Alakazams before both had about 1000 CP, so that looks like something like a plus 600 or so CP boost there. Maybe a minor boost to Starmie, because I think my Starmie was only about 1500 CP. And definitely a boost for Scyther, because I did not have Scyther up here for sure. I don't think I had Electabuzz with 1500 CP either. I'm just going to keep going down and looking through some of these. Boost to Jinx for sure, and Jolteon. I didn't have Jolteons this high for sure. I definitely had Jolteons probably about 1000. So I think they must have made Jolteon a lot better because it was the worst of the evolutions. So that's going to be really sick. This whole entire update, I hope it really diversifies the gyms and what people are using to battle. This is going to be very, very awesome. I'm so hyped right now. No change at all to Vileplume. That's interesting. I recognize this Vileplume in particular. Is this the... Oh no, okay, maybe a little bit of a nerf to Vileplume? Yeah, it looks like a slight nerf to Vileplume because this Vileplume down here with Acid Solar Beam, I believe, had 1385 CP before. So it looks like we've lost about 70 CP from Vileplumes. My Blastoise got a little bit of a nerf. This guy was definitely around the 1400 or 1500 mark. Maybe Nido King, Nido Queen nerf? I think we definitely got a Victory Bell nerf. So this is 1370 now. It was definitely in the 1400s or 1500s before. I remember that. And I think we got a Tentacruel buff. That's definitely a little bit higher up in my list now. Hitmonlee buff. Look at that, 1330 CP on that Hitmonlee. Look at how much extra there is left. So they've boosted it immensely. I'm pretty sure these guys probably capped before, at least at my current level, around 1300. Like, there's no way it would be that high. Jeez, Sandslash has the buff here. I'm not sure about Magmar. This guy might have received a little bit. Potentially Rapidash. Wow. Tangela, let's look at Tangela. Looks like Tangela got a lot more CP. That Lapras looks relatively untouched. Let me check out my Lapras up here and see if they did anything to Lapras. No, Lapras hasn't been touched at all. No tweaks. That was the CP it was at the other day. I don't know if we got a Dugong buff or if this is the CP that I had before. Wow. My Gyarados looks like it got a little bit of a buff. It's a Twister piece of garbage Gyarados, but that's interesting. Trying to look for anything else that I see that is clearly out of place in here. Looks like Seadra might have gotten a little bit of a buff. Actually, that looks pretty big. It's about 120 CP buff to my Seadras. Those guys were both sitting at 765, I believe. Chansey, 814 CP. Chansey got a boost in CP. This was a 360, I believe, CP Chansey the other day. So they've definitely increased the cap on Chansey as well. Wow. Looks like Dugtrio might have gotten a little bit of a boost as well. I think this guy was like 600. Geodude's got that buff, obviously, because we saw the Golem is now huge. Wow. Okay. My Charizard got a little bit of a buff. It was like a 585, so it might have gotten like a 20 CP increase there. Jeez. Let's see what is at the bottom of my list, just for laughs. Just the tinier stuff. Okay, obviously my lower stuff. Porygon here. I don't remember what the CP was when I caught that Porygon in that Stonington Burrow Halloween episode. Wow, this is a major shakeup of everything. So I'm definitely excited that we're going to be seeing more usage of Gengar and Alakazam. I cannot believe right now that Rhydon is my #1 Pokemon at the top of my list. I'm not complaining. I like Rhydon. I boosted this guy up a lot because I really appreciated him. And I definitely wanted Golem to be in my top Pokemon too, so I'm thrilled about that. Venusaur, however, I don't know if it was a slight nerf, like 10 CP or something like that, but he is so much further down on my list now than he was before. Wow. Okay, well, here we go. Let me know what your biggest changes to your list in the comment section down below. Don't forget to slash the thumbs up if you like this episode and appreciate the news straight to your homepage on YouTube. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.